I chicken jockey.
Hello, one. Hello, all. Welcome to this July 15th edition of Show Business. I come to you as always as Charles, otherwise known as Sipo. To upper screen right is Gray Poupée. How are you, sir? Take a slip.
Hey, doing a good slip. It was a good slip of coffee. Things are going good, man. I'm happy to finally be here. It's been lonely this summer without you guys, and we're back now.
Oh.
Yes, and equally less lonely now. To bottom right is Lindsay of My 2 Cents of Nonsense. Sir, how are you?
Still dropping that $50. So you know what? I'm doing okay. It's just right out the gate. We're just starting with the Lindsay Classic right now. I'm excited to be here. By the way, my new nickname, I'm making it myself right now. It's Lipo. It's completely out of the left field. Definitely not basing that on anything. Let's go, guys.
Yeah, so before you get started, those of you who are watching, hello to Dice, Jason Voorhees. Hope you're practicing your swimming this summer. My 2 cents of nonsense is in the chat. Hello, Lindsay. Sean Sheridan, Renato. A quick warning. First, throw up a thumbs up. Let us know you're here, and that'll help us in future endeavors. But there's a slight warning. We will put something up on the screen. We're going to have mild spoiler talk for Superman, but there will be something up on the screen, and then we will bring that same image when we are done with the spoilers, but not immediately. But yeah, thank you to those of you. Doctober, what's going on? All right, now I'm saying hello. Alex, $5 Canadian? Is that Canadian?
Hell yeah. Second best kind of dollars.
Yippee. Yippee to you. Thank you for the super chat.
Can I just say for a second that
No.
Canadian money is beautiful and American dollars are ugly and I hate them?
Dude. So while we're on, this is show business, so we're talking about money. So British money, they have different sizes. Like the smallest amount is the smallest size. For blind people, like they have it so
that's sick.
Yeah, and there's like this plastic consistency to it. Like it has this funny feel to it. It's wild. We're the greatest country in the world, but we haven't figured out how to do money yet. Okay, so speaking of money, the weekend that were, that's not it. I'm rusty, Sipo. Yeah, so this little Warner Brothers film won the weekend. In first place was Superman, $125 million, knocking off last week's champion, Jurassic World Rebirth, which brought in $40 million, which is still pretty strong. F1 rounds out the top three with $13 million. How to Train Your Dragon in fourth with $7 million, and then Elio in fifth with $4 million. And 28 years later, just kind of sticking around with 2.7. It's interesting. It is deserved. Don't believe the hype. I think the thing that's interesting there is Mission Impossible down at 8. It has not hit $200 million gross American yet. So that's interesting. Oh, and well, I'll just keep going down the list. M3GAN 2.0 at $1.4 million for a total of $22 million. That is bad. Why did you release this film in the summer?
Ooh, okay, so the first Megan made $180 million. Okay, let's look at how much of a percentage fall that is. 20 divided by 180.
Yeah, it's
an 89% fall.
Is it 99?
Yeah.
89.
89, excuse me. Yeah, that sounds a bit closer. That's
I mean,
bad.
it's Lindsay math. It's probably still wrong, but it's like within the ballpark of
Yeah, like I what's unfortunate about we clickbait with the Superman thumbnail. I think talking about M3 Gunn 2.0, which no one's seen apparently, is the best way to open this up. I
Yeah,
think
possibly.
my mouth hasn't woken up yet. The problem with Megan 2.0 failing is you're not going to get prominent horror films being released in summer months for a little bit. I think they're going to be stuck in like early year and then like October or maybe September the earliest, which is something of a letdown. Like I get it. The time of year to be in the mood to watch horror is probably October, but I guess have y'all seen M3 Gunn 2.0?
I'm the part of the problem.
You're part of the mass amount of people who haven't seen it.
Exactly.
I'm also part of that problem.
Oh.
I wasn't thrilled with the first one, and then I heard this was a huge departure, and it was kind of a jumping of sharks, if you will.
Yeah, that could be it too. I guess, there's that caveat where it's not really technically a horror movie. It's just it is the seed of Chucky for the Megan franchise, where it's just throwing everything on the kitchen sink, including the kitchen sink. Unrated cut comes out tomorrow in digital. All right, so be sure to call your uncle, and we'll see what happens there. Master
Can I
Cassell
ask a
says,
dumb question
No.
that might have a foot in reality?
Go on.
Would did the 3 bite them in the butt? Did people think this was the third one and they missed the second one? So why go see the third one? Like, is there any chance
Or
of that?
did they multiply the 3 and the 2? They're like, oh, M3 2.0. I didn't see M3 1.5 yet.
Yeah, right. Like, I don't know. Like, anyway, okay, but I just had to ask that question. I don't know if Matugan would have sold more tickets.
M2 Gunn 3.0. Ages of Film, smash the like button for you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. And Master Cassell says, I'm always in the mood for horror. Megan isn't horror. So I think we have a verdict. Yeah. So, yeah, back to we're not clickbaiting, I promise. At least not yet. So Superman, the big deal this weekend, and for a bunch of different reasons. Guys, try not to get into spoilers too soon. For now, just talk about like everything around the film itself. 125 is very strong. Is very strong for certainly DC era stuff. But is there?
I think that's around the prediction too, right? Wasn't it? I think
Yeah, it was
the highest predictions were like 130
Right.
to like 160 or something like that, and then they revised it down a little bit.
The most
But
the most recent one I saw was between 110 and 135, which is 125 is right in the
yeah.
middle. Sorry, go on.
So
And it's the third largest opening weekend of the year.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
pretty all right.
You're making me do other
That's
things.
both commentary on the box office at large and this movie. Sorry, go for it.
Go on, Gray.
I was just saying, it is a little interesting. They did revise it a little bit and bring down the estimate, but still, it seems to have hit it. And then, worldwide, it seems to be doing pretty damn good as well with it, bringing the totals into was it 230 or something worldwide?
Yes, 230 total.
Which,
So to your
sorry,
curveball,
right.
Lindsay, Minecraft movie, biggest of the weekend with 162. Lilo and Stitch second with 146. Superman rounds out the top 3 with 125. No more curveballs from you, Lindsay.
I apologize.
Sorry, I only have so many windows open. It's very good, but it's third on the year. I guess a 2-part question. One being, is America kind of tired of the superhero stuff? Second part, or alternate question, did the fuss around Superman maybe affect this? Like, I saw the fact that people were, I don't know, just realizing that Superman's an immigrant for the first time in 100 years kind of surprised them. Could that have had an effect on? I mean, again, 125 is very strong, but could it have been
Yeah.
150?
I think so. It seems like the press was out kind of heavy on this. There's quite a few kind of bigger political guys who kind of leaned into this, saying that like this is a very political film without seeing it,
What?
which is
Mhm.
a little strange. And then yeah, Piers Morgan also had like a panel of people saying
Yeah.
that this is just not Superman. So I think so. I think some of the people were definitely kind of tainted, if you will, by the reception that it's getting. But I think from the audience score, I think this is just going to keep rolling, and it's really just going to keep trucking along. I think this is definitely going to have legs, and I think kind of seeing some of the actual reviews and what people are saying about it, I think is going to give people some hope to see it. But I think there are definitely some of those who did stay home this first weekend.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the people that
it's a big
the people that
Come on.
actually reviewed it might be able to instill some hope for people who want to see it. Lindsay, what about in the leftist capital that is LA? How are things out there as far as the reception on Super Meh?
Well, the communist hellscape of California has officially devolved down into not quite Fury Road yet. I think we're around Furiosa, so we've got a little bit of time left before things get really bad, but
Mhm.
not a whole heck of a lot. But I've spoken to a lot of people who liked it, and I've spoken to a lot of people that had some of the issues with some of the tones, and like the usual James Gunn complaints about jokes and stuff like that, and
Mm.
I don't think that was as big of an issue in this movie as it was for like I think Guardians 2 was like the pinnacle of that kind of thing. But in terms of like politics stuff, I'm just dropping things left and right over here. I didn't know that this was going to be about Israel and Palestine going in, and it's kind of wild that it was.
But
I
was
didn't
it?
quite expect
Well,
that.
you can read that into it. They are
Yeah.
existing countries, and they strategically place them, but you can definitely read into that for sure. But I don't
So
know, man. You're saying
Barovia is
Guardians?
like a DC country that is a thing. I
Yeah,
never heard of it
Barovia
before.
and I forget Jaipur or whatever. They're both existing DC countries or whatever. Like what's the one from MCU now? I'm forgetting that they ended up
Wachovia.
anyway. Thank you.
No, I'm wrong.
It's one of those Covias or whatever. Yeah, I can't pull it. But I don't know. It's just kind of a little bit interesting to me that people are definitely taking that in there because they're not necessarily going into like the politics of it. At the same time, like that they are doing something controversial, they're just like dipping their toes in it. It doesn't seem like they're really going full into it. So I don't know. I think if you want to get that message out of it, you can. But I think that's just kind of like I don't know, tangential to
But-
what the story is for me.
But if you're the person who's watching Piers Morgan for film advice, and you hear that this is political, I would say that the Israel Palestine stuff is it's a layer down. I would call it subtext. It's not very. It's a little heavy in its hand, but I would think that if you're trying to avoid the news, you maybe could avoid that. But if you're listening to the noise on the internet, is it possible that seed is planted for you, and then when you go watch it, you get like, oh God, I can't escape this shit. Where I don't know if you didn't have that I don't know, messaging preloaded into you, I don't think it would bother people that much. Is there a chance that maybe the amount of noise you're hearing going into this might affect how you perceive that?
For sure. I
I
mean,
mean, like, if you go into go ahead, Greg. Sorry.
I was going to say, I don't know how it wouldn't, but sorry, please go right ahead, Lindsay.
No, I mean it literally the same thing. If you hear for weeks people talking about, oh, this is about Israel and Palestine, and when you go into the movie, it's going to code you so that you're reading it that way. When there are a lot, like you could easily do a Russia Ukraine thing with it as well. Which I was kind of surprised they didn't swing into it more. I liked the Barovian president. He was disgustingly evil, and I think he was the guy from 2012, the old Russian boxing guy.
Mhm.
So it was cute to see him again. But I don't know. They could have made him look like Vladimir Putin a little more if they wanted to go for the Russia thing. Maybe they were scared though.
Well, like that's where you have the I don't know, the open chance to say no. It's not about Israel Palestine. It's actually about Russia.
Yeah.
Like there's enough
Yeah.
conflict going on in the world where you could be like, no, it's not that at all. It's actually this, or it's America Iraq. Like it's war. It like usually
Yeah.
one side is bigger than the other and they fight. I think you could like George Lucas. People forget this. George Lucas, 1977 Star Wars. The Empire was America, and the rebels were the Vietnamese. I don't know why I said Vietnam like that. So
Vietnamese.
yeah. So like it kind of it's everywhere. It's just how much they kind of punch you in the face with it is the real issue.
And I think this one, I don't know, the way that they're kind of wading into the world politics, while it's still shallow, somehow it seems to be a little bit more to my taste than the way that Marvel kind of shallowly did that with like Brave New World. Again, they're kind of like shallowly getting into these world war issues, but I don't know. It felt like more of a thing to me in this. I guess I like the presentation of it, even though it's very surface level versus, say, the potential world catastrophe in Brave New World.
Yeah. To kind of stick on the real life implications and the fuss that's being made about it, what I would say is, as someone who's just exhausted, I'm in a coma as far as fatigue is concerned for comic
Oh,
stuff.
I'm sorry, sir.
You sound great for someone who's in a coma. I really kind of appreciated the fact that this is sincere. Like it may be, 5 years ago, 5 years from now, I might be like, ugh, it's too hokey. But considering just how negative and how inundated with meta shit we are, and like, oh, here's the boys, it's Superman if he was an asshole, and like, it's just like, all right, we have so much of that. To kind of have this hope as a change of pace, like, I'll take it. And moreover, I think with the things that are happening in America right now, I feel like it's something of, it's a metaphor for America just outright. Like it's America's just a country full of immigrants, and if anything, Superman obviously a literal alien, and it's also like about adoption. Like he's with parents that aren't his. So like, if you can give someone hope at a time like right now, I'm kind of for it, because the world is kind of shit right now. And if you're watching a man in blue and red tights and like it makes you feel good for the day, dude, right on. Like, who am I to to tell you you're wrong?
It's really funny you said all that, because I definitely had that. Like, I really enjoyed like how just kind Superman was in this movie. Like, there's one moment where someone's kind of like, "Are you really putting this much effort in to save blah 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 blah?" And he's
Mhm.
just like, they're scared and alone. And it's just like, holy goddamn, okay, yeah, like okay, Superman, you're gonna get me a little teary eyed right now.
Yeah.
It's just he's just trying his dangest to be a good person and understand like where his place in the world is. And I won't get spoilerly, but I really like how the movie focuses on him as a person and not as him as like an alien or him as a god. It's like him with humanity and how he's more like us than he's unlike us, which it's
Plus,
nice.
also, like, as silly and stupid as I feel saying this, it is possible for someone that isn't from here to be just as invested in doing right by the place that he lives. Like
Yeah.
if you need Superman to show you that, oh, people that aren't from here could actually want to do good for us. Like, if that's what you need, then hey, welcome. Welcome to a 250-year-old country. Like, we've been kind of talking about this for a while now, but okay. Like, again, people go to movies for different reasons. And I think if you're feeling shitty and watching a man fly around wearing tights, like, makes you feel good, like, awesome. I can certainly understand it, because as someone who's exhausted, it's like, I'm done with the superhero shit. It's nice to, I don't know, just feel silly. Like, yeah, I'm going to drink my milk and say my prayers because Superman wants me to. And yeah, that's fun. Yeah, again, 10 years from now, when we're like 15 movies deep, I'll probably be exhausted by it. But as of right now, I'll take it. Yes, thank you. I forgot that these can exist. But Gray, what was your perception on just the tone of the movie?
I really liked it. I was kind of surprised to hear Lindsay say that, like, some of the criticism was it's all over the place, not as much as Guardians 2. To me, the tone seems really subdued compared to like any of his other films, really. But yeah, like especially like Guardians 1, like that to me has like some of the biggest changes. Like it's starting with essentially like a kid whose mother is dying, and then like we end in like a dance battle. Like there's some tonal shift throughout that thing. I'm just saying, like when you get to this, I don't know. It still kind of feels to me like a Superman film should feel. There is that sense of hope. There's a couple of little twists that he puts in there, but I don't know. A lot of the stuff he just seems to be pulling from all sorts of different places in canon, all sorts of different versions of Superman. It all kind of works for me. I'm digging it. I enjoyed it a lot more than I have a lot of Marvel films in recent history. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a lot of trust behind Gunn at this point. I think he knows what he's doing with this world.
Okay, let me bring up some comparables, and then we'll get into spoilers. So,
Deal.
Superman. What I have here on thenumbers.com is Superman, Man of Steel,
Not Botox Mojo.
yeah, not Botox Mojo. Superman, Man of Steel, Deadpool and Wolverine, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and Justice League. So, opening weekend here, Superman 125, Man of Steel 116, Deadpool and Wolverine 211, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice 166, and Justice League 93. So of the three, and those numbers aren't adjusted for inflation, Superman comes in third behind Deadpool and Wolverine and Batman v Superman. And I would assume if Man of Steel was adjusted for inflation, that would actually be higher. What does that say to you that Superman 125 is kind of middling for like the DC stuff? Does that
Sort of.
Well,
But I mean, when you look at like the Marvel stuff coming out now, like it's not like it's doing
Yeah,
much
that's
better
fair.
or anything
Sure.
like that. So I don't know, because it's not just like a DC fatigue. It seems to be the whole superhero fatigue. And can you show me a version that I haven't seen before? And I think that's kind of what we're getting. To me, this is kind of one of the most comic versions of a Superman that I've actually seen on screen. There's some really interesting things.
Sorry, Greg, can
Ooh,
you
I've got an echo.
yeah, can you repeat yourself? I think I got it.
Uh-oh. Apparently I'm in space. I totally forgot what I was saying, other than yeah, it seems like the most comic book version of Superman that I've seen. So I don't know. I really dug it. I think maybe this can change people's current relationship with comic book movies. Almost everybody's been saying there is some sort of superhero fatigue.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that it is. I think it's kind of bad movie fatigue. I'm not saying this is a perfect movie or anything like that. There's no way that this lives up to like Iron Man or anything like that as far as firsts for a particular superhero. But man, this is kind of up there for me as far as superhero origin films.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
looking ahead financially to what these 5 films did total, Deadpool and Wolverine brought in $1.3 billion. The next on the list is Batman v Superman with $874 million. Then Man of Steel with $667, and Justice League with $661. Is it fair to say that Superman doesn't really have a shot at making $1 billion?
Are we talking worldwide or just?
Yeah, these totals are worldwide. So the best of the DC era is Batman v Superman, which brought in $874, which possibly Superman passes that, but I don't think it's going to make $1 billion.
I don't think so. I don't think it's essentially the Deadpool Wolverine of last year, but it didn't
Right.
seem like July or August was as stacked as we kind of have it this year. I don't think so, especially with it not matching that. But I still think it's got some legs. I think maybe some people were uh, hesitant of going to the theater this first one. I think it's going to have some legs.
Yeah, I think,
Not $1 billion legs though.
right. I think the other thing we kind of talked about, or I kind of talked about it for a second there, the fact that if you look at the international box office, Deadpool and Wolverine made a ton of money, 700 million internationally. The next highest one is Batman v Superman with 544. Is it possible that internationally the American story of Superman may not play that well with people in Wachovia and certainly not China?
Well, it's not truth, justice, in the American way anymore, and that's also been contentious to some. But I don't know. I think it kind of works in a way as a symbol of hope. We'll see. I know they're trying to make it more appealing, and so far it seems like the box office is pretty good internationally. But still, I'm not thinking it's going to be $1 billion one. But
Lindsay,
perhaps I'm
sorry, Greg.
pessimistic.
Lindsay, same question to you on both counts.
I don't think it's going to be $1 billion, but it's going to cross 500 million.
Sure.
So it's going to pay for itself, and then it is not going to be in the red at the end of the day. It's not going to be going to Vegas and spending lavishly either, but it is going to make its money back. It's going to it's going to put $20 in the bank at least, I'd say. And what was the second question? Remind me. I apologize.
I played it backwards.
Okay.
Is there a chance that international audiences may not, despite how good or how well you perceive Superman, is there a chance that international audiences may not be about it because, I don't know, the American dream aspect of the story?
That's a very good point. I'd be interested to take a look at how specifically some of the other Superman movies have done overseas, and like Captain America and stuff like that. Like Captain America is extremely, but I feel like that one does kind of well usually.
Yeah. So Batman v Superman 544 international, Man of Steel 376 international, whereas Deadpool Wolverine did 701 international.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I just I don't know
so
you
not
can
the best.
compare it to that one. That's just like a one-off one for
It's
sure.
just like
It
the
is
most
kind of
recent-
the summer film.
Yeah, it's the most recent successful comic thing, and it's a different, it's a different subgenre. Sure, it's just, I don't
Hearing
know.
Man of Steel only got 3. That's really kind of making me concerning.
Well, 376, 2013 numbers, so it could be close to 500.
All right. Okay. That sounds a little bit more right.
The other thing to remember
Glad to make me feel better.
in that
Well, the Batman appeals to everyone, so I understand like why BVS would be a little bit higher up there, but still. Sorry, Lindsay, you were saying something, and then I insulted us all.
Sir, you are the perfect human being. Never apologize. I just wanted to point out that the post-COVID slump, we're still in it.
Sure.
Like, not even Marvel movies are making oodles and oodles and oodles of cash, except for Deadpool and Wolverine and Spider-Man. So that's just something to keep in mind. Like, with the box office is in a very unpredictable place right now, so it just things to keep in mind. Like a success that the barrier entry for success a few years ago is not the barrier for entry for success today. So just keep things relative, as I guess I'm trying to say.
I think I guess my long way of getting to this point is I think the era of $5 to $10 billion movies a year, that's just not the case anymore. Even with money being worth more than it was in 2018, I just think people get their entertainment from so many different outlets now, and COVID really screwed things up. And I don't know, looking at the numbers, like Man of Steel, Batman v Superman. Granted, that's Justice League, but like they're more than 100 million shy of $1 billion. So it's I don't know. It doesn't instill. I wouldn't bet on Superman hitting $1 billion, which is for the record, I would have bet on Mission Impossible making $1 billion, and I would have lost all my money there. So, it's just a different time, man. So Alex says
It really is.
the movie would do at least a bit better if America's reputation wasn't what it is in 2025.
Reasonable.
Okay.
Probably a good point.
And
I don't think the world is pro-America right now.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're doing our heel turn. Master Casellas,
hell yeah.
$10 super chat says,
The master.
I want more showbiz. Thank you, Master. We're going to try to give it to you.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so
Thank you, Master.
warning, we'll give you the screen, and then when it comes up again, we're done. So if you don't want to be spoiled for Superman, take a break. And okay, so he dies.
Again.
No,
Lex Luthor's the bad guy.
Since when?
yeah. So I thought it was okay. Again, I think the fact that the tone of it is kind of hokey and hopeful is okay for me. Again, it might change over time, but even with the title in the beginning, the 3 centuries, 3 decades, 3 years, 3 minutes, they could have explained some things. I'm trying to judge this movie on it being its own movie, and so much of what happens in this movie feels like the third movie of 5, because they just have people in this movie where I didn't know who they were, and they're just there, like the Justice Gang. I was like, is this a joke?
You're not familiar?
I'm not.
Oh, come on.
I'm a normie.
You've got Guy Gardner?
Terrific.
Yeah. Hot Girl, played by your favorite.
Isabel Merced.
Isabel Merced. She's in everything right now.
She should have
good
got
for
more
her.
screen time, actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there is the future. Fair enough. I hear what you're saying, but did those little titles that are kind of throwbacky to Star Wars in a way, but man, are they like a comic book? You usually just get these couple little setup things, and then you're just kind of thrown into a scene, which I really dug. To me, this is one of the most comic book ways that I've seen Superman portrayed. Oh, yes, please.
No, so yes, the thing that I'm hearing, with a sounding, just a lot of people who are comic fans are all about this. As the I just watch movies kid, while you're doing your 3 centuries, 3 decades, through whatever, also bring up the 3 other people that we're going to be seeing in the Justice Gang. It fits your little number 3.
They're just side characters.
But okay, I just feel like they expect just a movie audience to be caught up with things where it's just we're dropped in this world where short of the title sequence letting you know that Superman's lost his first battle, you couldn't just let us know that, oh, by the way, there's these other people.
I'm kind of the other way.
Oh, go right
No,
ahead,
go
Lindsay.
ahead, go ahead.
Please.
Well, I was just gonna say, I think it's a bold, interesting move to just be like, "Yo, Superman's been in this world for 3 years, no origin story, let's go." I was kind of into that, kind of in the same way that I was into Spider-Man: Homecoming so much, where they're like, "We are not showing Ben Parker getting shot. That is not happening. We're not killing him." And then in the third one, they kill Aunt May instead, which was a choice, but we don't need to get into that.
I love that we spoil a different movie somehow.
Come on, what, like a 4-year-old movie? Come on, give me a little.
It was COVID, okay? Some people haven't seen it.
But I do think that they made a misstep because, and since we're in spoilers, and I can say this, a huge chunk of the plot is very tied into Superman's parents and his origin, and I think not showing us more of that origin and then having Kal-El's final message from his parents be so integral to the plot, I feel like something got lost in the mix there.
Yeah, but
I,
they're dropping you
yeah.
in because it's a comic book. It's a Superman. Let's go. What happened to that? Just
Yeah.
2 sentences ago.
That's a really good point, because I was really going to agree with Lindsay, and then all of a sudden, we're banking to the left here. So I really dig it. I don't think I need to see an origin story. We all know the origin story. We've seen it so many times. Like, okay, it is essentially like the Moses story. It's a baby put in a raft, then sent down the river.
Yeah, like how many times you need to see a pearl necklace around a gun for Batman? Like, yeah, okay.
I mean,
is it that important?
I feel like I've seen it enough. I feel like it's tastefully been like, oh, okay, here's a glimpse of it. Like, okay.
Yeah.
But we are going to get way more of the story in the upcoming Supergirl one. The adaptation that he's doing with that is just going to be dark, brutal. There's a ton of Charles's favorite. There'll be trauma in that one. So you'll get kind of the backstory. I think it's intentional. We're just dropping you in this world. But you're going to understand a whole lot more kind of from her POV, because she was not a baby when that happened. She was a teen, so she experienced much of it. But
well, yeah, what you're talking about.
She's actually older than Cock. Yeah,
So
that's
wait, you're talking about like the
in the future, we'll get what Lindsay is wanting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I want to clarify. I don't necessarily want it. It's just weird to not do it and then have Lex Luthor's entire plot be about it. It's weird to skip it and then focus on it. I wanted it one or the other. Either don't do it or do it. I guess is my point. Maybe that doesn't make sense.
Kind of, and I feel like I'm coming off like I'm super championing this
we
this
all
film.
can't speak.
Yeah, we've
Very
had some
rusty.
time off. We let our mouths not go. What can I say? I think it's a little bit better than average, but that is miles above anything that I've seen from Marvel in recent history. I don't know. When I'm trying to think of like any superhero origin movies, or at least the first one in their franchise, man, this has got to be up there. It beats out quite a few of the Marvel ones for me. I think definitely Iron Man is way above that, and then Guardians is always awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like a lot of those other ones, like I have problems with a lot of them. Like Thor, Kenneth Branagh's one, he makes some really interesting choices in it, and this, I don't know. I don't feel like there's as many weird choices taken, but I might be in the minority in this one. It felt so comic booky to me.
Yeah, that's fine.
A lot of times it did kind of feel like a first draft. I feel like a lot of things should have been expanded upon or something like it's weird that the Hammer Barovia goes from smashing Metropolis to a known military base. And it's just like nobody follows him and goes like, wait, why is the Hammer Barovia going over here? That's suspicious. And like other little things like that. Like when they're trying to escape from the prison cell and the guy that's got a gun to the baby's head doesn't see Metamorpho making a son. Is he taking a nap? Like he should be looking right at it.
It's tough work. He's watching after a child. Come on, man.
That's
true. That's true. Kids are hard.
Part of my issue with it, like I get it. We as society have experienced nearly a century of Superman shit. But if this is just Superman, this is just welcome. We're doing a new thing. It doesn't ease. Like I don't need to see every little like the Moses parallel. Like yes, I you could probably do that in a different way or quicker or whatever. I don't need to have all that done. But the amount of stuff that they throw at you in this movie, it just feels like they're expecting you to be a comic book kid. And yes, if you're a comic kid, this is probably a far superior experience than to someone like me. But the fact that he's got this giant monster thing that is just like this first act thing, like that's just
Talking about the Stitch character?
That was great. I love that.
No, the giant, maybe it was a second act where he saves the building, like the Justice Gang tries to kill the giant monster raining terror on the city.
Yeah, the Stitch thing.
Was it a Stitch thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. I mean, it started out that way, and then it kind of grew.
Yeah, I think that just having to deal with that could have been neat. The the other worlds, the multiverse thing, that could have been its own thing, which felt very Guardiansy for the record. The war that is happening somewhere else in the world, that could have been something. It just feels like they're trying to throw so many different things at us. And as someone who's taking this as a new entry, can I understand Superman, please? Can you tell me what this character is and like how he's they even have like the fact that people think of him as the current societal parallel about him being not from here, and they feel a certain way about it, which is the closest to the movie gets to meta, which I was okay with it because it counterbalances with all this other stuff. And then they kind of snake in some of the parent stuff. I just feel like there's so many different things where none of it's really established. Like it literally feels like part 3. And I'd like to know, all right, what's the prequel for this and what's the prequel for that? And this feels like the Justice League that we should have got, and I'd like to see the prequels and have this all come together. Again,
I'm going to disagree with you.
I don't care.
It has some characters in there. You got the Justice Gang in there, but man, it's not focused on them, where Justice League is the team. It is actually focused on them. These guys are just there to establish, like, this is a world. We have the meta-humans. We have, monsters that are constantly attacking. Even, where he's sulking and you see that the Justice Gang is out fighting this, like, I forget exactly which creature that is in the background, but I mean, like, it's a daily occurrence. And as Bob was pointing out, like at one point, apparently they were supposed to have like title cards like a week to show you what day of the week this is, and that this is just what he's dealing with on a daily. And it's just kind of to show you like the pressure that is on Superman. Not only is he's fumbling at his job, at his relationship, at world peace, and then at saving everyone. It kind of shows you all the pressure that's on him and what kind of guy he is. I mean, with the not allowing that barking dog who just won't get out from under the creatures. Like, come on, that shows you who he is. In the middle of a fight.
So the problem,
the other little furry creature.
The problem with the film is they don't have these title cards that let you know this is what a Monday is for Superman. They don't have that. So if that were in there, I would be like, oh, okay, I get it. It's a metaphor for like being really busy, and like it's a metaphor for just parenting in America lately. Like, but they don't have that. So there are so many different things, like the conversation between...
He's got the failed dog owner. I mean, he's not doing good at that.
So
he's a bad dog sitter.
Like the conversation...
I think this is a great Superman that fails a lot. Like the movie opens with him getting his butt whooped.
Well,
like
you need
that for the first time.
Like Superman is like a Gary Stu, right? Like you need to have conflict. He needs to be bad at something, and I think emotions are that. I don't know who would want to watch a movie where like the person just always wins. Like you kind of, conflict is what you need for storytelling. No, like would you?
I think that's one.
Go on, Lindsay.
Sorry, where Man of Steel really struggled. Like the fact that, like, instead of, I think Man of Steel should have been, the final thing should have been Superman tried to stop Zod from killing people, not them just punching each other endlessly. Like it should have been Superman constantly frustrating Zod and stopping him. And like I liked how this movie kind of played with that a bit. Like he catches the building from crushing the woman. He catches the monster from crushing the building. A lot of last minute catches, but I guess that's Superman's MO. He just comes in at the last second and catches things.
You also get that he cares about that creature as compared to the Justice Gang, who is, not part on. They don't have the same mission as him.
I would have liked.
I love that shot of him like putting the girl's head down, so the explosion and like the things like go over her and stuff like that. Like he's paying attention to the little details and stuff, and he's looking out for the little guy.
I perhaps would have liked something where, because he's worrying about everyone and like even little squirrels. I would like to have some sort of moment where it weighs down on him. Like, yeah, physically he's incredible. He's awesome, but emotionally he's frayed. Like he can't be everywhere at the same time, but he's trying his best to be. Like, I don't know if tonally that would fit in this movie because it's so, rah, like, yay.
I gave you a couple of glimpses into it. There is where he's kind of depressed and you see that he's not joining the Justice Gang in the background. And then, he goes back home for a while to recuperate from real and emotional injuries. But you're right, like they don't wallow in it, but that's not what Superman's supposed to be. There's a couple times where he goes brooding, but I don't know if you're going to introduce him. I don't think that's the Superman you introduce. Like it's got to be this symbol of hope, this always optimistic version.
Well, yeah, you're going to want some sort of conflict. Again, like if he's a symbol of hope, what is the counterbalance of that? Like why? I don't know. And yes, Jacob's correcting me on meta. I what I meant wasn't. I was reading Deadpool and Wolverine. He says the immigration story commentary isn't meta. Meta is being self-referential. Last Action Heroes meta. Wes Craven's New Nightmares meta. Yeah, I meant in comparison to something like The Boys and Deadpool and Wolverine. We're just kind of over it. Or I'm just kind of over it. Superman is sincere as opposed to meta is what I was trying to say. Thank you for the correction.
It is kind of a crazy thing. For a while there, we didn't have the straight face Superman. We didn't have the traditional, like, all we had was the cynical, all we had was
Right.
the twist, all we had was the play on the idea.
Cynical,
And now
right.
we kind of it's interesting. I think it's interesting to have that be the main thing now. So yeah, that's another reason why I like this movie. And again, it's got flaws. I got issues with this movie. Like a couple of the jokes did not land at all. James Gunn, man, you really need to come back sometimes. But
a couple of them did with the audience, though. Like this is one of the biggest audience reactions that I've been in a long time. But man, a lot of those hit, and the kids seem to just love the dog. Like every time the dog was on screen, it's their new Baby Yoda. I think it's going to be all over that next one.
No. So
I was just wanted to say I like that where no one's trying to shit talk crypto, because I would not allow it. He is the best boy ever, and he's perfect.
The Lois situation. Again, I feel like they want you to like. They would like you to have seen Smallville. Like that's what I feel like. Like when they have that exchange in the apartment where he finally gives her an interview, and like that feels like, I don't know. There's some preloaded stuff that I, as a empty-brained imbecile, am not fully experiencing in the movie. So I feel like any one of these things that I've mentioned could be like the main plot line of this. Like again, do they explain all of it well, or do they set it up well? I would say no, but again, it feels like there's some sort of culmination of these stories that I don't have much. I don't know. It's just kind of. Meanwhile, here we're here with Superman. Something that I guess I'll ask you guys for some background on. It like the computer crew that like are controlling the. It felt like a video gamey thing where he was like up, like he was giving him like. What's his face?
I thought you meant the Superman robots.
Oh no, yeah, not
the other guys. So like Luthor Corp's
yeah, Luthor
moves and
his
stuff.
like he has a crew of people that are like putting in, I don't know, fight combinations while they were fighting with Superman. Is that like a comic thing? Because it felt really weird that Lex Luthor was like, up down F, like he was like giving him like fight commands, and it felt weird to me that Lex Luthor was like, I don't know, playing a video game with these things that were fighting Superman. And it wasn't even Lex Luthor. Yes. It was his little
henchman on the computer, which is odd. So yes, there are many comics that it's very similar to. So there's many times that Lex has kind of studied Superman to find the exact way to defeat him, and he has to study all of his moves. So like that's correct. Like over the years, he has definitely mapped his moves, and then he has definitely made clones of Superman before. So elements of it are very similar that are taken out of like different runs and kind of smashed together. This particular one isn't like straight out of a comic, but yes, he definitely has done that before. But yeah, it seems very comic booky. All of Lex's kind of whole plot and plans and everything like that. I there's not a lot of realism in there, but again, this is a world with like superheroes and stuff. So
that's fine. I just there's like so many different things. Again, as someone who is only familiar with movies and has not watched any of the TV shows, all of this extra shit was new to me. This multiverse thing, which I don't know if it's been in the comic ever. I don't know if Rick and Morty was aping Superman or whatever, but it felt like a Rick and Morty thing. Like, oh wow, this is right out of Rick and Morty. This multiverse thing.
It's pretty Jack Kirby.
Technically a multiverse thing, and it has existed before too. Like if you remember in the Donner one, when they do trap the 3 Kryptonians and that whatever hexagon thing, pentagram. You have to remember it. Anyway, apparently that's also essentially like a pocket universe. But it is in Peacemaker. Somehow Peacemaker's dad has this closet that goes to a different dimension. So it is going to come up in Peacemaker 2, and it looks like it might possibly be multidimensional, but that part is unclear. So you'd have to look at kind of the way that they have this whole the DC universe, the way that they map it out. But there is kind of this center part, and then there's kind of a black hole around it, essentially. That's apparently where that dimension leads to. So parts of it are torn from it, but
there
never
is stuff in this movie that it would be beneficial for me to have experience with something else, is basically what.
Maybe. I don't know. You get it. There's a black hole there. You don't want to go in the black hole.
Well,
I think you're good.
So my experience with Rick and Morty, like when they go to the pocket universe thing, I was like, oh, it's slavery with more steps. Just say it's slavery with more steps, because that's what I remember from Rick and Morty when they kept making the thing that fills his battery or whatever. Like that's the one thing that was playing in my head. Like, oh, this is right out of the Rick and Morty when he was doing the battery thing. Sorry.
And Bob is correcting me. It's a quantum unfolding chamber, not a pocket universe. That is in Peacemaker, the closet. And he's got a good point. But it's not that like Luthor created this. He just possibly created the tech that allowed access to this thing, and then he built that prison there. So this isn't something that like he created. Just he somehow created access to it, or something along those lines.
Interesting. I do agree, by the way, that the 1A 28H that kind of got to a point where I'm like, what are we doing, guys?
So
especially when he's like pointing at random people in the technical booth and like screaming it at them too. So it's like, each person,
how come the same person can't hit? Like, come on, you've got a whole keyboard in front of you. Can't you like type in the correct move, or does each move have to come from a different person? Unclear.
I just think it's
the record. Nicholas Hoult sold it. He was a boss. Like he went for it, but it was just a weird script choice.
He absolutely rinsed the Jesse Eisenberg from my brain. That's for certain.
And
I just think it's
a Hackman too. This seems like less Luthor to me.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, Hackman was Hackman in it. What can I say? I like him, but I don't see that as my Lex Luthor.
I think it's interesting that
I'm used to the cartoon.
Lex Luthor spent more on his controls to defeat Superman than the folks over at the Titanic. Let me never mind. A better controller than
the Titanic sub had the PlayStation 2 controller controlling.
I was trying to think against bringing it up, but thank you, Lindsay. You take the bullet for me.
Yeah, you know me. I'll just dive right into it, man. Like.
Yeah, so is that a thing where like he has human video game people in the comic, like that 1A, like that was really weird for me. Like,
not to that extent.
Okay.
He has created Superman clones that are somewhat simplistic, so that he can then control them. It is kind of saying. It is the juxtaposition of like, who raised you that really can shape you. So again, you've got kind of, Clark Kent, who was raised by the Kents, and then you get Superman, but you have this different version of him that is raised by pure evil, Lex Luthor. And but never straight up, as far as I know, one that's like a video game like that, like where he just calls out moves and then requires 10 people to punch in the moves for some reason.
Yeah. And for the record,
you know what it reminded me of? Oh, go ahead, Charles.
I was just going to say, for the record, I gave it 3 stars I just feel if you're just watching this movie with an intro, a conflict, and a resolution, it's not this self-contained story. Like I see in the chat, people there's so many different things that people are getting from it, and awesome for you. But I don't think you could just walk in off the street and turn your brain off for 2 hours and be with everything that the film is going through. I think you need to do some homework for this. Sorry, Lindsay.
Well, a quick shout out to Jacob in the chat, agreeing with Gray. The best Lex is still the Clancy Brown version from the Bruce Timm series. As for on-screen version of the character, I'd say Hackman. Hackman is good, but I have to go for Michael Rosenbaum. Like I grew up with
People
Smallville,
like
man, and Michael Rosenbaum, and I think this because that's why it's Luthor Core, not Lex Core in this version. This Lex Luthor is based on, in some capacity, the Michael Rosenbaum one. I think I read that somewhere.
Kevin
Uh,
Spacey.
Kevin Smith.
I'm just
Hot
saying,
take.
He did a good
doesn't
job.
even register. He's not on the list. I'm sorry. Top 5, he's not there.
Well, what is it he says in that movie that became a meme? Wrong or something like
Go ahead.
that?
Go ahead, tell me.
Or
Go ahead. And she's like, see, and he goes, wrong. It is wrong. Jaden thinking,
Adam in the chat. Rosenbaum over Clancy, Clancy over Spacey, Spacey over Gene Hackman, Gene Hackman over Heisenberg.
yeah, Eisenberg is yikes.
I mean, I was kind of into it because it was just so freaking weird. But yeah, it wasn't a great portrayal. I also just like Eisenberg. He's got a soft spot in my heart. So that
So the end of the movie, they have Supergirl drunk off her ass. I thought it was a weird way to end the movie. I said this last night with the Autop Stream gang. If it were a post-credit scene, it would be better for me because it would feel more like an epilogue and like a next time on this universe.
So
It's weird.
Gunn kind of addressed that.
Okay.
He doesn't want to do epilogue post-credit scenes. He doesn't want any of the post-credit scenes to be what is coming up. So,
Okay, so he's just
gonna put
ruining
all
the film that he's doing then.
No, he's going to show you extra glimpses. Like you got 2 of them in this that are kind of fun scenes, but they don't necessarily change anything, and it doesn't tell you where the franchise is going.
Okay, so like I guess structurally
cute, though,
it bothered
man.
me.
Crypto and Superman on the moon, that was freaking cute. I have to sorry.
What no, like so it's not again going back to like intro conflict resolution. Supergirl storming in does not feel like a resolution so much as just, oh wow, this is weird. What's going to happen here? Why? Like it's not very final. It's certainly like a character I did not know existed storms in and is drunk off her ass and is wearing the same outfit as Superman and is acting quite differently. And it's just tonally very different. And then we're done. Like, whoa, hold on. What's going on here? This hot Sydney Sweeney-esque Supergirl thing is drunk off her ass.
Hey,
What happened?
House of Dragons, not Sydney Sweeney.
I have
Come
no
on,
experience whatsoever. So forgive me for that. You're gonna say
it's going to be a completely tonal switch. That's going to be a really dark story that they're going with. So I think it's just supposed to give you some interest in it and then kind of show you where you could go with this story that's not going to be directly Superman. And man, I'm looking forward to it because it's kind of an amazing Supergirl story. And I've always had kind of an issue with Supergirl since she would have been older, so she would have experienced a lot of on Krypton. So you assume she would have like talked to Clark at some point since his one damaged memory of Krypton means so much to him.
Yeah. But again, you have all
perhaps
of this
there's something that's making her crave getting drunk.
Right.
You're gonna see something real dark.
You have all of this information. Like you're in on the meetings with the Cool Club. I just see this.
Won't return my calls.
I just see this drunk girl that is also Superman's cousin, quite attractive, and then we're done. Like, oh wait,
that's what you're gonna see.
That's not
But
good.
then you're gonna find out why.
Like,
Because
I
she
get it.
has the exact same bloodline as Clark, as Superman. So why is she choosing to go places and get drunk? She has to go to some place with a red sun because they explain it in this one, but the yellow sun doesn't allow you to actually feel the effects of intoxicants on this planet. But she needs that escape.
Yeah, I think I've heard it that, she's been through some shit. But as far as the movie's concerned, I just see a drunk girl. That's all I see. That's my
But
experience.
she's got a
with
dog. A cute dog.
She's got a dog, man. She's a drunk girl with a dog. So that means that she is bae and she is a waifu, okay?
I stand corrected. I changed my score. 4 stars.
So I'm going to compare the Supergirl scene to another movie that came out recently that we haven't really talked about, 28 years later, that also similarly had a very completely out of left field last couple of minutes scene that's a complete total break, and for a lot of people kind of ruined the movie. I mean, I don't know if Supergirl ruined the movie for anyone or not, but like it is kind of
ruined.
like
It's just an awkward departure. Like,
okay, that's fair.
I mean, as long as we're in the spoilers thing, both are doing the same thing. They're setting up the next one in the franchise. Come on. We're getting a spin-off.
It is funny that neither of them do the post-credit scene. So are we as a society moving away from required post-credit
scene?
So our structure of storytelling is now the end isn't the end.
Girl enters.
The end is now ellipsis, just ...
I think so.
I don't like that.
It's just a Minecraft movie. There are many to come. I think so. Like we went through that era, like a good 20 years almost of just that last scene that, you're going to watch it after the credits and it's going to totally tell you what the next thing is going to be. I don't know, man. I kind of dug what Sinners did with it. Like they kind of used it as a chance to do an epilogue. I think Gunn isn't even looking to do that. He's just looking to give you some, I guess, some extra moments to kind of leave with. But it's not meant to show you where we're going.
If you're judging this story on its own, how do you judge that ending? And how do you explain that character that you don't have any of the things that you're talking about? You need to know why she's drinking. All right, so judging the 90 minutes or the 2 hours that you have there, the Supergirl character that you've experienced 2 minutes of, all you know is she's drunk. How do you judge the film's ending and how do you judge her as a character with only what you're seeing on the screen?
I mean, I judged it pretty positively. I was like, "Hey, it's House of Dragons. It's finally."
I was really excited to see her. I loved her in the first season of House of Dragons, and I was sad when she left. The actress that took over was great, but I really specifically liked Millie Alcott in that first half of that season. She was really good.
But I hear what you're saying. You're right. It is completely out of nowhere. It's like, okay, we got the wrap of this, and hey, wait, now she just came and took the dog, but the dog is what everyone loves. Well, yeah. So I don't know. To me, it's just like, hey, here's a taste of what you could be seeing. Look, it's not the uptight Clark Kent. It's kind of a party girl this time. Okay, so and she's got a dog.
If this is a new semester of school, DCEU opens with Superman as the first test. How do you grade Superman based on the test that you have in front of you? Not things that are going to happen in the fall semester, but this first test. How do you grade that? See me after class?
To me, it's better than average. What can I say? I feel like I've been getting a lot of average. To me, like the last couple Marvel ones were a meh. This is not a meh. It's a little bit higher to me. It's okay,
super meh.
like it's tentative thumbs up. For me, I think it would be like a 6 out of 10, a 3 out of 5.
Oh, below average.
On some scales, on an average scale, it's a little above average.
For the record, we agree. I have it as a 3 out of 5. So as long as we're of the mentality that it's flawed. It's not perfect. I just think it's interesting that I give it a 3 out of 5 without knowing things. You know things, and you give it a 3 out of 5 still. So I think that's interesting.
An extra 0.5.
Now that I've heard what your score is, I'm changing mine.
Now that I've heard your criticisms, I disagree. No, I don't know. It's kind of been growing on me. So I saw it 2 days ago, And I've kind of been thinking about it, and then I've really weighed into the criticism of why this is super woke and why it's so bad, and why it's the wrong kind of message from Superman. And man, what can I say? I really kind of dig what this version is doing with it, and the little twists that Gunn has done. Like we've always seen that his parents, his father in particular, means so much to Superman, but just a little twist on that for me, it just works so well.
One thing I really like too that we haven't talked about yet is, and we're still in spoilers, right?
Yes, yes.
Or are we out of
Yeah,
spoilers?
we're in
Okay.
spoilers.
At the end of the movie, Barovia is invading Jafaikistan, and like there's everyone in Jafaikistan is saying like, "Ah, help us, Superman, help us, help us!" And so we think like, okay, so Superman's going to go there end the war really quickly and then come back and save Metropolis, but no, it's the Justice Gang that show up and save Jafaikistan from Barovia, and I quite liked that actually because you can't always rely on one person or one group or one country.
Thank
They're
God the
just
title of the
swoop
movie
in
is
and
Justice Gang then, huh?
oh
Sorry.
no,
Well, but
no,
that's the point, though.
100%.
Like, it's not
Yeah.
the focus of the movie. It's not that war. Like, in fact, they just give it to the side characters and they go and deal with this thing. Instead, Superman is dealing with the actual issue at hand.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
to me, like the bigger threat, which is, the entire world being ripped apart.
Mhm.
I don't know. To me, that makes sense, and that's the way that a lot of comics kind of do it. You just have side characters who are dealing with other emergencies, but they're kind of in the background. It's just this is a little bit more focused on the main guy.
I don't know how people are armed with
I agree.
big tall
Yeah.
flags to let Superman know come help us.
Well,
We have your flag.
How's he going to see it if it's not high? You don't need to make it bigger, just taller. Come on.
He's just a really, really tall stick.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I don't know. Still, it seems like a pretty iconic scene. I'm gonna definitely remember the kid with the flag for some reason. Maybe he's the broom kid of this generation.
Yeah. Like another thing about we're so scattershot. I apologize if you're trying to watch this in some sort of order or structure. Something that I did not know until a couple of scenes afterwards that I don't know what his name is, but the dude who made the room green for them to have their little discussion, I didn't know that was a Green Lantern character.
Guy Gardner?
Yes. With his doofy hairdo.
Played by Nathan Fillion?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's comic accurate as well. Like, he has the worst haircut in there, and he is this intergalactic
Legendarily
cop, just this doofus.
Gray, tell us about his hair again.
Bowl cut a little bit,
Close.
but it's a good color. What can I say?
Yeah, he's again, for the tone of the movie, I feel like he's like kind of hammy douchey, like this cocky, like this
comic accurate.
Yeah, I liked that. I liked him to be this counterbalance to Superman's goodness. But I didn't go on.
I was gonna say the little time you get with the other group, though, Isabella Merced gets the least amount of time, but man, when you see how ruthless she can be and how they just have this completely different regard for life than, say, Superman. There is a difference between them.
Yeah.
And you only momentarily get to see them, but the few interactions that you see with them, they are so much less concerned with human life than Superman. And man, it really drives it home without kind of telegraphing it. To me, it just it plays out like the comics.
Yeah. So Jacob says, do you really need backstories for the Justice Gang? What about their involvement in the story required origin stories? Like I'm aware I've seen the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern, so I have an idea of what
that's Hal Jordan.
With that
it's different.
Don't start with this shit. Like I have an idea of what the character does, but based on this movie alone, the movie opens up with telling you that Superman has lost for the first time, but then there's these other people that we see, and I couldn't help but think, if he was not strong enough to, fight this one thing, where were these people that are apparently part of his clique? Why didn't they help him? Why did he get his ass kicked? And where were they during that? that's part of the problem with having all of these different characters and just not like I'm not saying that it's not set up perfectly. I'm just saying that like it's weird. It doesn't really fit.
I think it's refreshing to actually be thrown into a world, and it's a world. So technically, I think we've had Suicide Squad in the same world. I know Waller is still crossing over. We've had Creature Commandos, and I think Peacemaker is canon, with the exception of he met the Justice League, so that part's out. But I mean, like, it is a world that is inhabited by superheroes, meta-humans, or whatever. So, like, we know that they exist here. Just, man, to be dropped into it and just have it actually working. It's not, hey, this is the first time I've ever seen this flying guy, and okay, now let's have him learn all of his skills. I'm just so glad not to go through that yet again. I think we're going to get the glimpses throughout this franchise as to what happened. I think especially with kind of the next one, a lot of those wants, I think, are going to be answered, but I find it refreshing, but I could also understand it being kind of confusing. But the way that I always read comics, I never had issue 1, so it always felt like I was just dropped into it, like, okay, they're resolving this, but hey, we're starting this other thing. And that's what this felt like to me. Which is what I'm looking for in a comic book movie.
You want to know what one of my favorite moments from my childhood
Tell
was?
me.
Is like a couple of times we go to this comic book store in Davis, California, Bizarro World, and I just grabbed random Star Wars comics, and I eventually realized, oh, these are all Tales of the Jedi. I don't know what that means, but wait a minute, this one that ends with them riding off on big beasts, and this one that starts with them attacking a wedding on big beasts, I think they're connecting. It was just a really magical moment for 6-year-old me.
So the Daily Show is present on this world? Because I'm reading Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart is
different Jon Stewart. You're gonna love that Jon Stewart. I'm forgetting his name right now, but the dude who did Green Room, who then did the next one with the non-lethal thing. Do you know the one that I'm totally forgetting the dude's name? It was just a Netflix one like last year. Is
it Kyle Rayner?
No, so
Jeremy Sisto?
I'm totally blanking on it, but you know the dude who the director writer who did Green Room. He did a follow-up, which was
Jeremy Saulnier.
The non-violent.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's the name that I was trying to think of. I can never remember Saulnier. So the dude who stars in that second one is going to be Jon Stewart, who is a famous Lantern, if you will. But there's going to be a show that they've got some really awesome actors in there.
The Daily Show.
It's not going to be daily. Different Jon Stewart, but man, that's going to be some really cool Lantern things. I know we've kind of focused on Hal Jordan, but he is not the coolest Lantern. There's some other stuff that really happens there that can be really amazing. I'm looking forward to this Lantern show, but it's going to have some amazing actors in it.
I mean, I'm also just a big fan of Nathan Fillion, and I love him playing against type and just kind of being an asshole instead of the boyishly charming. Like, that was fun. Like, I like actors break types, so that was cool.
I would like.
Thank you, Adam. Just corrected it. Aaron Pierre is the dude who's gonna be, but he was the guy who starred in that one, which I cannot remember the name of for the life of me. But really looking forward to this portrayal of Jon Stewart and Kyle Chandler. I think him as Hal Jordan would be really cool. Way better than Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, Kyle Chandler's playing Hal Jordan.
Yes.
I didn't hear that. That's interesting. Okay, I'm kind of into that.
I would have liked having the back and forth between Nathan Fillion's character and Superman. Just like they're different ways of doing things. Like when they have that giant Lilo and Stitch monster. And Superman makes the point to say, even worried about saving lives, even his life. Like having that be like the backdrop for the entire movie, that was enough for me. I just feel like there's so many different things that nothing really gets center stage, and again, it feels like a culmination of a bunch of other stories that I didn't prepare. I didn't do my homework for this, and that's. A little bit of a less, it's a less powerful experience for me.
hear what you're saying.
You condescending
I'm
prick.
sorry that you have that.
I'm
No,
sorry you
I'm
feel that way.
listening. I'm all ears. I'm not relating, but again, I do have a little bit more knowledge. But
Right.
Superman was never kind of my thing. I liked a lot of the other guys where Superman was just always so Boy Scouty to me that it's like I don't know. There's some really fun dark stuff that DC does, and I'm super excited for once we get into there. We're gonna get Jason Momoa back in here as a very much better character than Aquaman. I can't wait for Lobo to show up.
Yeah,
But,
I'm with you, Great. Like, if you're giving me a DC character, give me Batman every time and twice on Sunday. But to have Superman in this variation, like this guy who's like really good at everything, and it's kind of upbeat, like it's not like my thing, but the way they did it, I was just, at this time in my life, at this time in everything, yes, okay, this, I need this right now, thank you. It's weird because 5 years ago, Thunderbolts would have been a movie that I would have been like, oh, awesome. Like a movie about depression that has, superheroes. I lived that experience.
Midsommar in it.
Yeah, Midsommar for Marvel. Like, I did not appreciate Thunderbolts as much as, 5 years ago, 5 years from now, I might have a different experience with it. But I was like, yeah, dude, I live trauma. Like, I don't want, this isn't an escape for me. Like, thanks for the realism, but just not now. Superman right now is what I need. It's not what I deserve, but it's what I need. Lindsay, you okay over there?
I hear you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the way to. So there's one scene that I'm not sure how it sits with me in this movie, and I'm curious what you guys think
The
of it.
sled.
It's the scene. The sled? Yeah, no, I still
the
don't
Rosebud's
understand
the sled.
what Rosebud was. Like, I don't. Who gives a crap about a sled? No.
Spoilers.
I apologize.
No, we're still-
I didn't mean to spoil the day that Earth stood still for anybody. The scene where, and again, we're still in spoilers, right?
Yes.
Okay, the scene where Superman is looking for the dog and the city gets attacked by the big jellyfish thing. I don't know how I feel about it, because on the one hand, it's a great scene between him and Lois. I really like their conversation. I love the moment where Lois is like, "Why are you doing all this for a dog?" And he's like, "Because he's scared and alone." I think that's such a great Superman moment. But like, we just came off a string of movies with Superman where the biggest complaint was Superman never saves anyone. And now we're having an entire scene where instead of saving people from the giant space jellyfish, he's making up with his girlfriend
But
while looking for his dog.
but does that make the
Neglect.
experience good though? Because it seems like a lot of things in this movie were just like, yeah, remember, like it's the rise of Skywalker to Last Jedi.
I think
Like,
there's a
they're
much more recent Rise of Skywalker movie, and it was the one that opened last weekend, or 2 weekends ago.
Oh, Jurassic World. Whatever. Yes. But
I haven't seen it. No comment.
I feel like they're like, all right, they don't like this. Let's counteract that. Where I think there are some things that, to Lindsay's point, I feel like if there wasn't a bunch of complaints and uproar on the internet, I don't know if you would be thinking about it that way. But I agree, it is weird where it's like, wait, are they having a discussion with this giant cyberpunk monster doing things behind them? Like, what's going on here?
You know what it reminded me the most of too was that scene from Invincible season 1. Spoilers for Invincible. When the mom is having a conversation with the dad. I can't think of a character name right now, and they're just having a little date, and then suddenly a dragon attacks the city, and instead of Omni-Man going and stopping the dragon, he's just like, "No, it's my day off. I'm having coffee with my wife. Other people can handle it." But like, it's like nefarious when he says it, but it's supposed to be adorable when Superman's like, "Sorry, I'm fighting with my girlfriend. I can't help save the city right now."
I think the odd or subtraction, the fact that they didn't have the titles letting you know like the days of the week, I think, as silly as that sounds, if they had like, a title card saying Wednesday or whatever, like it would at least tell me like, oh, this is every week is like this for him. So he's gotta ignore jellyfish things that aren't really causing much harm. Like,
And also, they could have done a Harry Potter like newspaper thing because he works for a newspaper and have like each day of the week be represented by a different,
Ooh.
edition of the Daily Planet. Like,
Mm.
All right, that could
I
have
was
been fun.
brainstorming over here. They definitely didn't think of that. I'm smarter than James Gunn. He doesn't think of the things I think of.
How do you guys compare this to other James Gunn superhero stuff? I still prefer some of, maybe not the second one. I prefer the other two Guardians of the Galaxies. I think I prefer the Suicide Squad 2 to this.
Yeah. They're funner movies in a way. You can go in a
Funner is
different
not a
direction with them
word.
More funners like.
where you're kind of restricted. Superman's kind of the Boy Scout, so you can only have him stray so far, where all the characters can kind of be over the top and kind of crazy in this, where instead, if you get somebody who's more of a smart ass, it's more of like the Guy Gardner in this than in Superman himself. So I think James Gunn excels with those kind of asshole characters, and
Oh, yeah.
there's more opportunity in all those other ones. Yeah, it's not my favorite of his. I think there are restrictions that this IP brings with it, but still, it makes me super excited for where they're going to go with this whole franchise.
Yeah.
But I think I'd put Super above it even. But what can I say? I'm a sucker for that. I really like Slither and Super. I don't know, his first couple major ones.
Same boat. I need to see Super. I'm a bad person, but Slither is still my favorite Gunn movie. I adore
It's
Slither.
really
That movie
dark.
it's so good. I think Guardians 3 is probably my favorite of his superhero affairs. Again, not having seen Super. Then after that, it's probably Suicide Squad, and then probably Guardians. And Guardians 1, that's not me saying Guardians 1 is, or where did I don't know where I put Superman. Maybe Superman would come in after Suicide Squad. And I like Guardians 1. I hate Ronan. He's the worst villain in the MCU.
So, yeah, the thing, I didn't know anything about Guardians, but that movie felt like its own little world while it was still happening in the same universe as the Avengers and everything. The things that happened in Guardians 1 felt, for lack of a better word, contained, and it felt like it was its own thing. I think Superman is, there's, he's got his eyes on some other plates there that he didn't finish his own dinner. And I 3 out of 5, I enjoyed the movie, but I feel like as someone who's involuntarily ignorant to some of this stuff, I felt a little underwhelmed with establishment of certain situations. That's all.
I hear you, Sue.
Fair enough. I think I would definitely put Guardians 1 and Super above this for my personal use, but I don't know. I think I would put this one ahead of a lot of introduction into a franchise or into a superhero. I think this is way up there. It's not my favorite from Gunn, but he's kind of amazing at that, and I can't wait till he gets to some of the more squad ones. But it sounds like they want to earn them.
I think. I mean, this is the case with humor, right? Like, if you don't dig someone's humor, like, it's just not going to work for you. I don't know how I feel about some of James Gunn's humor being present in a Superman movie. Like, I'm okay with it, but I can imagine someone, who didn't like the humor in something like this Suicide Squad watching this and being like, I really don't like that. Because, his humor is very similar-ish. Like the when they were in the multiverse thing, the pocket, whatever the shit it's called, that person that was in the cell with him, that alien thing, felt very Guardians-ish to me. I understand that Superman was around way more and prior to Guardians, but I'm just going on my visual experience.
It is a real character. I think they're calling it Metamorpho at this point,
Okay.
but yeah, he is definitely a lesser known one. You'd probably recognize him if you saw the comic one. He's kind of got like 4 different quadrants of his body, but
okay,
yeah, they made him look way more Guardians in this one, but I don't know. Gunn has a way of doing kind of these side characters, kind of these forgotten characters, and man, it brings a certain bit of humanity to them. And I think he was able to achieve that with a bunch of these side characters. Did you care at all about Mr. Terrific before this? Did you even know who he is?
Nope.
But I don't know. He grew on me. I know I had to do a little bit of research after this he is. I was familiar with the first version of Mr. Terrific, who is this weird guy with just fair play kind of across his belly. And he was a weird one, but I wasn't as familiar with this iteration of Mr. Terrific. And it's kind of awesome, but he is also a human, but he's got these T-spheres. So I think he is still doing amazing things with introducing these kind of lesser known characters to the world.
Oh yeah, that's his gimmick is, I'm not going to give you the Riddler. I'm going to give you Steve from accounting, like, which I kind of dig that. Like,
something I learned recently was apparently he made up a detachable arm kid in Suicide Squad. The Nathan Fillion character that the arms just like snapped off. Like,
I mean, he wasn't called. I think it's TDK, the detachable kid, but he wasn't called TDK. But there is a superhero that was based off of. Okay. He can't just have his arms float across the whole like field, and then he's not exactly that character, but there is one that he's based off of.
So he didn't make it whole cloth, but he did something. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. So wrapping up the spoiler chat, is there anything else to highlight in the spoilers? Ooh.
I thought the way that they did the flying in this is kind of the most inventive way that I've seen Superman fly. And man, when you see him kind of rage worry fly, just it's almost Raimi-like, the way that it's almost a Frog Eye lens, but not quite. Like,
I didn't like the cinematography. I thought it was kind of weird.
I am really down with it. This cinematographer, he's done a bunch of interesting things recently. And I'm blanking on all of them, but man, the flying to me really got it. It's this near fisheye, but not quite. And it really reminded me of Raimi and just the way that he's moving in that. To me, so I recently went through and watched kind of all the different iterations of Superman flying. This to me is some of the most convincing. And then the camera work, I really liked it. It's almost like he confuses the camera and the camera is like a part of it. Like he just takes off and the camera isn't there with him at first. It does it a couple times where the camera is a little slow to follow. It kind of makes the camera a character. To me, it really works and it really feels comic book, but I understand if you don't like it. It's definitely subjective.
Not completely. Go ahead, Lindsay.
Okay. No, I was just gonna say I'm in the middle ground again. I feel like I keep being in the middle ground. There was a few shots of the flying that didn't quite work for me, but the one when he realized they're in my home, and we kind of with him as he journeys from Metropolis to the Fortress of Solitude. I thought that was a cool shot, just because the way that it carried the emotions with it. But there was definitely a few shots in this movie that looked a little goofy when he was flying. I won't pretend. Oh, and then the one that's supposed to be really symbolic when he's like rising up out of the cloud of dust. I can barely see him. Like, it's just like, this is supposed to be like the iconic shot of the movie. I could barely see.
Come on, man! You should have sprung for IMAX. It looked good on IMAX.
That's right. That's my fault. I am a poor boy. Send me money on OnlyFans. I'll send you feet pics. Oh God, this is a family show. I'm sorry.
Some of the cinematography was okay and good, but sometimes like when you would have Superman in the air and it was like an extreme wide shot and you could see above his head and below his feet, it just felt like disorienting. Would you call it Frog Eye? Right, it wasn't quite Frog Eye, but
I did. So it's kind of like a fisheye lens, but it's only just like barely. It's not. It's not a full-on fisheye, and it gave me the feeling of Raimi without saying it. But apparently, according to Master Casalius, I'm insulting Sam Raimi by even comparing the two. It looked like it's kind of an homage to the Evil Dead. Like when you're in actually the eyes of the one of the dead eyes.
There are moments where I have too much of the negative space, and it's just kind of unappealing for me. I don't know what the like what the solution would be for me, because there are times where I dig it, and I do like, the camera not being able to keep up with him. That was cute. Or even like the shot.
That's what they were going for.
What were they going for?
Cute.
Yeah. Well, even the shot that's in the trailer where he's like, "Hey, eyes up here," and then he like blasts out of the frame. Like, yeah, that's cool. But at times it's a little funky looking.
So did you not like it compared to so it's the same cinematographer from Guardians 3. I thought there were some interesting things that he did here, but he is also the same cinematographer that Doug Liman used in both of his from last year, The Instigators and Roadhouse. So he's done a few in between the Gunn ones, but
To be fair, I didn't think of cinematography when I was watching Roadhouse.
Really? But like you had all the slow shots of those fun fights between Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor. But fair enough. To me, it was some of the best version of like super flying that I've seen. And there was some funky CG throughout this. The baby, just I don't know why we need to keep putting CG babies in superhero movies. Like I think we've had enough of that. Let's just stop at this point. But other than that, a lot of it
the doll
hit.
baby from American Sniper. Do you remember that?
I think I would. Yeah, Clint Eastwood got it right.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have the answer for the right way to do it. And again, I'm not saying it's completely wrong. I don't know how you visually. It's something new. I certainly could recognize that. Oh, this is something that I'm not used to. Like I'm not used to seeing above the character's head and below their feet. But just the negative space that it felt odd. Like I don't know, like Superman was wearing a GoPro or something. It was just a little funky, and I don't know what the right answer is. Like how would you visually give us a shot of Superman where like it's I don't know, showing speed or strength or whatever. I don't know.
What you do is you drop David Cornsweet out of a plane, and you turn the camera so it doesn't look like he's falling, and he just it looks like he's flying across the frame, and you just get 100,000 cameras, and well, bam.
Yeah, like 28 years later, you have the. We'll bring it back.
I forgot about that. That was a choice.
It's the same thing Matrix did.
The other thing that we didn't talk about was actual Cornsweet himself. Man, I think he's way up there as far as Superman portrayals for me. I was a little concerned, but I love the look of Cavill, but I don't know. This strikes me way more as an actual Superman and Clark Kent.
Yeah,
so,
I think they're different. Like I think Zack Snyder, if you want to flick your hand through wheat, like that Man of Steel era, like that is a different portrayal. It's a different character. Henry Cavill, great there, but if you're like hopeful and hokey and full of color and no wheat, I think Cornsweet did a great job. Like I don't think it's technically fair to compare the two because they're very different worlds, oddly enough.
Yes,
indeed. And Master Salius is mentioning that Superman looks like he got his costume from Spirit Halloween. That's intentional. So James Gunn fired some shots at Henry Cavill where he's like, yeah, that's because my Superman didn't have to wear a muscle suit under his suit. And there are pictures online of Henry Cavill, enhancing his suit performance. There is this exoskeleton of muscle where he didn't want Superman to look that way. He wanted it to look as if his mother could have made this costume.
Superman on Superman.
It's intentional.
Crime. Terrible. Can we all just get along?
But it's a little bit more comic accurate. In a lot of the versions, his mother, Ma Kent, does go ahead and sew it from the cloth that he's essentially found in, and that is the origin of his suit and everything.
Plus, Cornsweet didn't have to put CGI over his stupid mustache. Cavill should keep his mouth shut.
I kind of want David Cornsweet to do a movie now where he has to have a mustache CGI'd onto his face. literally becomes the inverse Cavill.
Yeah, the bird, the word says this Superman's more goofy in a good way. Henry's more stoic. Exactly. Like, I don't think you can compare the two where like one is better. Like, I think it's just a taste thing. Like, you know, this one is winter and this one is summer. Depends on how you feel. You know, do you like being warm or do you like being cold? Like it's just a taste thing. I would say. It'd be hard to compare like universally. Like this is good for these reasons because they're just different. Gray is different than white and black.
It's true based. But I don't know. Just I like the look of a lot of the Snyderverse, but man, that is not the tone of Superman. It's just so weird to get this such a downer and depressed. Like there are times where Superman has kind of gotten that way, but then generally there's like a Superboy or the other clone, something out there that always gives hope. But that wasn't how the Snyder films felt. So I don't know. Just this being different feels like a breath of fresh air, even if it's not a home run for me. Man, is this a solid hit?
Sure. So I'll ask you guys about the Snyder Bros. Can I throw up the? I'm sorry. Does this bore you, Lindsay?
I woke up very early today. You're good. I'm bored of the Snyder Bros. They have no interest in me.
Am I good to throw up the spoiler thing again, or do we need spoilers to talk about the Snyder Bros?
Nah, I think we're good.
All right, so here's your sign. All right, no more spoilers. You got that, Lindsay? And that means no spoiling Back to the Future 2 while you're at it either. So,
can I talk about when Chewbacca showed up?
Okay, so I may not be completely informed on the Snyder Bros and what their issue is this time, but what is their problem with this movie other than it doesn't have wheat and it's not, gray and dreary and different? Like, what is the main consensus with the Snyder universe?
Well, I mean,
it's just seen hate for Gunn. Have you seen more specific ones than that? Like, I haven't seen any details called out, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, the Gunness and the Gunn jokes are definitely a big one, and I also think I see a lot of people talking about how it like the lighting has got that kind of Marvel overlit, so it's like it's not except for that one scene, the one that I questioned with the jellyfish attacking the city in the background. A lot of people think the movie
it's flat. The lighting's flat. I mean, that's fine though. Like I don't think it's meant to seduce the tone in any way. Like I think everything's evenly lit in the shot. Like there are different types of filmmakers that
I agree. But I'm just commenting things that I've seen that people do. But a lot of it does have to come down between the Gunn Snyder rivalry, which I guess Rick and Morty tackled. I haven't seen the newest episode, but apparently they got both James Gunn and Zack Snyder to come in for cameos, which I think is kind of cute.
That's cute.
That's awesome. Right. I have not seen that one.
Yeah,
I need to catch up.
I don't know what that says about me that I haven't really been watching since Justin Roiland isn't part of it anymore. I don't know what the hell that says about me, but whatever that means.
It speaks volumes, though. Whatever it says.
I without having too much invested in either category, I would say James Gunn is a better writer. And Zack Snyder is a better director. Zack Snyder's images look better.
I believe that. It's what's the? I keep seeing memes online. Gareth Edwards directs a good script challenge. Hasn't no clear yet or something like that. I think I think that together they would make something interesting. With Snyder's shots and Gunn's approach to character, I think that could be interesting. But the directors like to direct and write, so it's it's the M. Night Shyamalan paradox of you're a great director, but your stories are never really that good.
I don't know. Can you put that genie back in the bottle, so to speak. Like now he's doing cinematography. He's doing so many more hats than just directing. I think if you could rein in Snyder, I think he makes some awesome stuff. But I think when he kind of runs everything, it gets really out there and heady. Just man, I did not like any of those Rebel Moon things.
Yeah, thank you, Adam. I was literally just going to bring it up. They've worked together in the exact dynamic.
Right.
James Gunn wrote Dawn
That's
of
my
the
favorite
Dead.
Snyder movie.
Right, I agree. My favorite Snyder movie is the Dawn of the Dead remake. So, what is this battle for? Because we've seen them work together way before either of their successes. So, man, I would really like to just imagine if Army of the Dead was written by James Gunn instead of.
I imagine it would have been much better.
Mhm.
Perhaps you could even get the same cinematographer from Dawn of the Dead.
So, what are either of you familiar with whatever the internet is saying, and what is the solution? What is the resolution for the Snyder Bros? Like, do they just still want Zack Snyder Superman shit? Is that what the main grievance is?
Pretty much.
Gotta be
They
honest, I
want
don't
to
know
see Dark Side. Oh, go ahead.
I have to be better.
I was gonna say I don't know if it's my feed, but I haven't seen any Snyder things. It's just like political and woke things against the movie as far as my feed. So sorry, I haven't seen it other than just it's not the Snyder one. This isn't the big buff Superman.
I do see a lot of like let him finish the story, and like there's always the images of Dark Side and Superman, and I'm just like, okay, like I mean, Zack Snyder's Justice League was the best of the Snyder directed super DC movies. I won't deny that, but it was also 4 hours long, so it was never gonna get a theatrical release.
This one was pretty long too, but it didn't feel it.
Yeah, how long was this movie? That's a good question. That's a good point.
I thought it was right around 2 hours. I absolutely could be wrong.
I thought it was longer than that, but I could be wrong.
I will check. More homework. No, they don't have run times on the numbers. Oh, I guess the minutes don't matter. Thank you, Alex. 2:10. 2 hours,
Thank
10
you.
minutes.
Okay. Not counting
We're
35
out of
minutes
time.
trailers.
Yeah, maybe that's why it felt longer. I was like, nah, it felt like it was like a 3-hour experience. Yeah, I forgot the trailers and the ads before it. That makes sense.
Also, what did you guys think of just real quick of the Odyssey trailer? I sprained my ankle while watching it. It was so I don't remember it very well.
No, do I? I have not seen it.
I hope it can live up to Oh Brother Where Art Thou, but I don't know if anything can match that. But we'll see. I'm super excited for it.
I mean, I agree. Oh Brother, Wow, that was one of those like that's just a perfect movie, man. I don't know anyone who has a bad word to say about that movie.
So the moving forward, there's kind of an off week this upcoming weekend, and then I guess the final showdown of the summer, as far as the like gold platinum tier releases is concerned. Fantastic Four comes out in 2 weeks. Does Superman need to make all of its money now for, its staying power, or can we afford to have two major comic book pieces competing in 2 weeks?
I don't think it needs to, but this is the weekend that you're going to get the most headway. Like obviously, the second Fantastic Four drops, it's to number one that weekend. So they've got a lot of ground to seed, so to speak, in this weekend. But I think it's going to have legs.
Yeah, I'm curious what the word of mouth is going to do for this.
Lindsay is there.
No, it doesn't. There's always legs. Let movies be in theaters for 3 months. Let them bank up. That is my mindset on these things. But the moment Fantastic Four comes out, it is going to, eat away at what Superman has available to it. Unless people end up hating Fantastic Four, maybe it's the worst thing since toasted bread, and thus everyone's gonna hate it
You
and go watch
watch your
Superman and it's
mouth,
fine.
sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Toasted bread is the best thing since
toasted
sliced bread. Otherwise, how would you toast? Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing now Jurassic World dropped 56%. It made 40 million this weekend.
Deserved.
Worldwide, it's already over 500 million.
And I think it's going to.
It's
It
gonna
has
make a
that
billion.
international appeal. When you look at all of them, they're slightly coming down each sequel, but man, every one of those is still $1 billion, and this has a lot of pretty actors in it. So I can only imagine this is still going to get up there. I don't see how this wouldn't make $1 billion, and it's going to have legs,
the
dino legs.
dinosaurs. Yeah, people like ScarJo, people like dinosaurs. Like it's
Yeah, the rest of the world would rather watch dinosaurs than the American hero that's not from America. So if we're going by Jurassic World's minus 56%, Superman should come in at around 60 million next weekend.
There's nothing really opening this weekend, right? Like nothing big. I would imagine it's
Right.
not going to take a full 50% drop. But
Yeah, all right, that's fair
maybe I'm
because
wrong.
Jurassic World did have Superman to compete with. So what, 80 million is a positive reception
I
for
would
Superman this weekend?
think so. I would think so, but yeah, again, every time I make a prediction like that, I'm wrong. So I'm hesitant to put it out there.
We're not
but
required to make payments on our folly, Gray. Don't worry about it.
I mean, there's a couple people who told me that they're placing bets based off my recommendation. I feel responsible. What can I say? I think it would do like at least 80. But that's if there's nothing else that's gonna hit it. Because that would be like a 30% drop or something like that.
So, yeah,
I think.
yeah, 80 would be
So
about
that
2/3,
sounds
yeah.
about right to me. If there's nothing to really compete with, I think the word of mouth is going to be positive on this. Like when you look at both IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, it seems like this is still pretty fresh, and the audience seems to be enjoying it. So I think the word of mouth is going to spread.
Is there a chance that people that shied away from the film because of it being woke or whatever, is there a chance that they actually come around and like, oh, it's
think so.
good?
I mean, it's a small sector, but yeah, there are a couple people that my wife has talked to that they didn't see it this last weekend because they heard it was going to suck, and now they're going to see it this next weekend. So.
Okay.
But again, small sample size.
Yeah. Lindsay? Lindsay, you look like you've been through
what
it.
was the thing coming out this weekend? Sorry,
Yeah,
no,
I'm-
I woke up very early
I've been
today. I
trying
know
to
it's
get it.
like 5 a.m. for you.
Yeah. It's going to be very early in the morning. I'm trying to get the release. I've been trying to. Lindsay, please spin tires while I.
Okay, so let's spin some tires.
Oh.
So the robot Supermens, they were nice, but did they have enough screen time? I feel like they went a little too soon for their emotional impact of them going away. Oh,
Dude,
spoilers! Sorry, that's spoilers, isn't it?
Anytime you put Tudyk on
Dude.
the screen, I want more. So yeah,
That's true.
give me more Tudyk.
I think
I think number
true,
4
actually.
could have been on there way more.
I exclusively want Alan Tudyk to voice any robot from here forward. If all AI can be voiced by Alan Tudyk, I'd be okay with that. So
Grok
here,
just starts talking to you.
here are the releases coming up this weekend. Smurfs, animated,
Okay.
competition, sure, but
Okay, that's right. Sorry, Sean in there said blue people going to kick their asses of the Superman. I thought he meant the Avatar thing. It's like, I swear that wasn't this weekend. I didn't write it down because I'm not too excited for the next Avatar movie. But yeah, that really had me worried. It's like, wait a minute.
that's
I
not
didn't
it.
even have that like on anything.
So you
Yeah,
have
but Smurfs.
you have Eddington, which is the Ari Aster film with Joaquin Phoenix and Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal's just in fucking everything. Just called July.
Seriously.
Pedro
Yeah,
Pascal.
but I mean, that one's not going to be number 1 at the box office.
Also, you have I Know What You Did Last Summer, which I have no read on that
Ooh.
movie. I have
But, like,
no way to understand how that's going to do.
I I can't think it would be doing any business. Like they weren't the greatest. It was the cash in on. I don't know. It just felt like it was a Scream ripoff. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't think the nostalgia's there. How many did they even get to? Was it 3 in the initial run of them?
2 that mattered. Whatever came after,
Yeah.
I still know what you did last summer. Really didn't matter.
I'll always
Yeah.
know what you did last summer.
I don't see this being the Final Destination type
No,
event. Like
I don't.
I just can't see this even. I don't know. Maybe it'll make low.
Was there been
in the,
marketing
top
for it?
10.
I feel like it's like a non-existent movie. Like I feel like I haven't seen anything about it.
It's
like,
the anti-M3 Gun 2.0. The problem is all of these little separate things can chip away at Superman, even if it's $5 million worth of people that want to go see I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's competition. I mean, Smurfs is probably the most one-to-one, very comparable competition for Superman. Certainly not. I know, like if you're there at the movie theater, like, oh, what do you want to watch? I Know What You Did Last Summer or Superman? Like, those are.
I mean, it's got summer in the name. It's a summer flick. Come on, guys. I think it takes place by the sea. Who doesn't want a summer by the sea? Let's go.
Sure.
I don't know, man. The original franchise just didn't ever get me. I can't see. I really can't see this making huge waves. You're right. It'll still chip away, but I don't know. I was going to say who is that crossover audience, but I saw Superman, and I'm probably going to see. I still know what I Know What You Did Last Summer. So fair enough. There is an audience that's crossover, but yeah, I can't see that being huge, either box office wise or the crossover.
Oh,
I don't think it's going to take that much away.
yeah, I don't think. It's not me saying that I Know What You Did Last Summer is going to be in the top 3. Even it's just a really stacked week full of. I don't know. It's a bunch of clutter, like how I feel about the characters in Superman. Just a lot of things happening at the same time, and I don't think I don't think Smurfs is strong enough to do 80 million. So I think that is the like.
They got some famous voices in there, though.
yeah,
Gargamel,
right?
I think Offerman's in it, and I know they went with at least a pop star, but yeah, I'm blanking.
Rihanna. Isn't Rihanna in
I want to say Rihanna, but then I was like, am I being completely wrong on this? I've seen it because I was I was stuck in traffic next to a bus that had their advertisement on it yesterday. That's as much as I know about Smurfs.
Don't be bluesist, Gray.
It's not because they're blue. It's I'm not in a Smurf time in my life.
Lindsay, are you frozen? Oh,
Actually hilarious. No. I'm trying to think. When was the last time a Smurfs movie like made money? Didn't the last couple like flop at the box office? Isn't that why they stopped for a little bit?
I didn't know they started again. Like what is good for Smurfs? Like
That's a very good question.
I keep I'm thinking of what I'm trying to remember about the Smurfs, and I keep thinking of Garfield. And there's been a couple of Bill Murray voiced Garfields that didn't do very well. And even that's like 20 years ago now. So
I say they've rebooted that like 3 times since then. Now we've got Chris Pratt as Mario, as it should, or as Garfield, as it should be.
Chris Pratt and Pedro Pascal,
That's
the only
everything.
2 actors working.
Yeah.
I've got numbers.
Ooh, yeah.
Smurf
So
numbers?
The last 5 Smurf numbers. Okay, so not counting from 1983, the Smurfs and the Magic Flute. Starting in 2011, there were Smurf movies: the Smurfs 2, and then the Smurfs: The Lost Village, and each one made less money than the first. The first one made 563, the second one made 347, and Smurfs: The Lost Village made 197. This is worldwide. So I don't.
Sounds like it's ripe for reboot. Then we got this.
Exactly.
I have extra numbers. Smurfs 2025 is on some screens. So there are numbers internationally. It's currently at $21,000. Look out, everyone. $21,000.
I can't think that the blue figure on the screen that people are flocking to is a Smurf. I got to think that they're going to go
Blue
Superman
waffle?
again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
I was going a different one, but I can see how you got there.
Smurfs is the perfect sex cult movie. Tons of dudes, one chick. I think they're fixing that in this one. As little as I know about Smurfs, I think there are multiple chicks in this one. So it's become a little
Wait,
less
they're
red
changing
pill.
canon? Because
Yes.
you don't understand. Smurfette was created by Gargamel. She was created to ruin the Smurfs. They lived in unity and peace. And then Smurfette got involved. Oh, man.
They do the inverse, so it's a village of Smurfettes, and there's only one Smurf.
They can do Smurf versus Bear. They can have the
Oh.
TikTok question be a thing in the movie. Now I'm really red pilling, or I don't know, incel pilling. Is that a thing? Is incel pill a thing? I'm such an old fogey.
Sure,
when it comes to this shit.
Probably.
I think you could probably take a pill that would get you there.
Yeah. Adams is 2 Smurfettes, 1 cup. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep. That's also, you could do that with the Smurfs, I would assume. So yeah, I think the threshold for Superman this weekend would probably be around. I don't think Smurfs is going to be like serious competition, but I think to regain first place, I would assume Superman needs to do north of like 65 million, which seems very possible.
Also, it did
mean-
122, so 65 would be like what, a 53% hold or something like
Something
that?
like
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah,
possible.
we're in the same neighborhood, sure.
that seems
Yeah.
completely doable.
You're right.
Out of curiosity, how much did Jurassic Park make this last one?
40,
40? Yeah.
40?
40, which is down
I
56%.
think I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I could do it. I think I'd put money on it. I will owe you an apology if you put money on this and lose.
Jurassic World Rebirth again opened to 92 and went down to 40. So you just add 30 to
I
that
think we got it.
92 and 90.
Again, though, I don't think we got a Super Smurfs movie here. Like, I don't think it's going to be taking away most of them. So I think they're well above the 50%. So I think they got this. But yeah, I think this is the last weekend where it's guaranteed number one. I would be very surprised if Fantastic Four doesn't beat them for number one 2 weekends from now.
Alex brings up Guardians 3 dropped, 47%, and Superman has even better reviews.
Ooh.
Guardians 3
Okay.
had lots of animals, and Superman has one animal. So the multiplier is going to be reduced.
I'm
I don't know what I'm
sorry.
saying.
Dogs are better than raccoons.
There was
Don't even with that.
trash pan.
Well, what kind of dog are we talking about here? Because I think a raccoon could take most dogs. Like, and like, Doberman probably not, but like a corgi or like a little pug.
A super rambunctious dog with a cape?
I don't think he stands a chance.
No. What are we talking about here? This is it's not even up for debate, guys. What's happening?
Well, see, when Superman leaves his universe and enters the Marvel universe, he'll become weaker, so Rocket can shoot him with a gun and he'll die.
Wasn't there a time where Superman was, or am I mixing things up? Wasn't Marvel and DC technically like the same thing for a little bit? Am I just making headcanon?
They've done crossovers, but they've always
Oh.
been pretty separate.
Okay. Because like that's the final boss there, just merging Marvel and DC, and then
But
it all just doesn't
You
make
make
sense
more
anymore.
off the rivalry.
Sure. That's why wrestling doesn't work anymore. They did do a couple of crossovers. Yeah, I feel like maybe it was like fan stuff that I saw where like Wolverine and Batman were in the same thing. I don't know.
They've done that crossover. That exists. That's not just headcanon.
I
Final
think the
Girl
craziest
Andrew.
comic crossover I ever saw was Star Trek meets the X-Men, like the original Star Trek, Kirk and Spock meeting the X-Men. It was wild. Spock made out with Jean Grey, and Cyclops was just kind of okay with it. It was a wild time, man.
I don't know anyone interested in Superman. Everyone I know is hyped for Fantastic Four. That's interesting because
Nice.
I don't know how to. I don't know. Like, There has not been a Fantastic Four major release that has worked, as far as I'm concerned.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Be the first time. It would be the first time.
Well, just think just imagine any of those other Fantastic Four movies, and just add Pedro Pascal. The
Yeah.
movie just got better. Let's just be honest. The 90s Corman Fantastic Four, add some Pedro Pascal in there, and it's an incredible time. Replace Jessica Alba with Pedro Pascal, you got a perfect movie. I don't know where you put him in the Fat Four stick, but maybe he's Doctor Doom.
The other thing, Lilo and Stitch is $6 million shy of breaking 1 billion. It will probably be at $1 billion
really?
this week. This upcoming weekend.
Oh yeah,
That's fascinating.
Wild.
So we're gonna get 1 million more of these Lilo and Stitch ones. It's
At
gonna
least
be
one
awesome.
more.
I don't know, man. The way that they set it up, I think it could be a franchise. Just keep pumping them out. They kind of did that with the old TV show, so we'll see what they're gonna do.
That's wild because Minecraft is at 955. Remember how fast that thing was moving?
Yeah.
I still think that it can do it. I believe in Jared Hess. We got 1 billion in both of these.
Yeah.
It's so funny how after a Minecraft, you just fall off a cliff from 955 down to 584 with Mission Impossible. Like
Mission
that's
Impossible is something
was
of a disaster as far as whatever that reception is concerned. Like it's like the best kept secret in Hollywood. Oh, there's a Mission Impossible movie? That's crazy. Sinners? Good for it.
Naza 2 is at $2 billion for just China alone, it seems like.
Oh.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, that's a very successful film, evidently. North of 2 billion, right? It's like one of the highest grossing films ever.
Well, I mean, maybe the numbers have a different because I'm on box office. It's at 1.9 billion right now, or just shy of 1.9 billion.
Man, China doesn't need our stupid American shit, man. They got their NZA 2 or whatever. Yeah, we'll never see it in America, though. Oh, maybe
is it that it's in the top 10?
Maybe it's 1.9 because of the tariffs, and without the tariffs, it would be like 400 million.
That's what
we're back and full of politics. Woo! Sorry.
So, Stat is asking, do you think Eddington will bomb? I don't think it's gonna bomb, but I mean, like, has any Ari Aster movie really been huge?
Like, I would need to know what your perception is to say whether or not it's going to bomb. I don't think there's expectations of it doing 20 million or anything. Like, if you expect it to make 10 and it does 7, is that a bomb? Like, if you're expecting it to do serious numbers, I think it's going to bomb. I don't know.
I'm part of the problem on that. I don't think I've ever seen one of his in an actual theater. For some reason, I always come to those late. So maybe I should.
What's the closest
support that one this weekend?
You saw to a release as far as his films are concerned?
I saw most of them this year, so quite a while. I don't know why I just slept on most of them, but I did.
Lindsay,
what are we talking about?
Ari Aster and Eddington.
Oh,
will it boom?
I mean, has Ari Aster ever had a really big runaway box office movie?
Are you paying attention?
I am really out of it.
No,
I apologize, guys.
He's won our hearts, but not the box office. Sorry.
It's almost like Gray just said that.
I've been up since 5 a.m. I'm really sorry, guys. I mean, I would love for an Ari Aster movie to take off. I never saw Beau Was Afraid, and that movie just
that's
really
the only one I haven't seen at this point.
And good old Chauncey does not like Ari Aster, but I think she liked that one. So I'm not sure what that means, but hey, just throwing that out there. Man, it'd be so cool if an indie director like that just stole the weekend away from Superman. That'd make me so happy.
I think it's like the antidote from my experience with Ari Aster. Like, if you're not in the mood for hope and rah Superman stuff, why not the guy that directed fucking Hereditary? Like, trauma
Okay.
encapsulated in a film. And even Midsommar is kind of dreary. So, like, if being hopeful isn't your thing, may I present Ari Aster? Like, yeah, I'm not in the mood for Hereditary type shit right now. So, yeah, I'll wait.
Sir,
I'll wait for my uncle.
yeah. I hope I don't know. I'm gonna hold out hope. It's gonna come in second place. I don't know how, but I'm gonna stake my record as a box office boy and say it's coming in second place somehow.
You're nuts. You're
I am.
completely drunk.
I am drunk on power, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there are expectations. Like the word bomb is the confusing thing here. Like I don't know what the expectations would be where if the Ari Aster film fails to meet that, where you could start using the word bomb. Like is Megan 2 a bomb? Based on how the first one did, I guess you can say that. But like I don't know what is anyone talking about Eddington anyway? Like I don't know if there's any hype. I think hype would have to be prevalent for the word bomb to be used. So it's a very tricky word to throw around for something that I don't know. Like if it does 10 million, I'll be surprised. Like in a positive way. Like, oh wow, there's people that want to see that.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I finally caught a trailer for it. I want to see it, but
Yeah, isn't
my track record is I haven't seen them in theaters, so I need to break that.
Yeah, keep up with the theme. Isn't it like based on like COVID? It takes place during COVID or something. Am I changing my indie films? Am I mixing them up?
I saw
heard
just the
that.
teaser trailer. I didn't get that impression, but I could be wrong.
Neo-Western satirical black comedy. All right, so it might have been filmed. No, yeah, set in 2020. The film follows the rivalry between Sheriff Joe Cross and Mayor Ted Garcia and the political/social turmoil caused by said rivalry and the COVID-19 pandemic. All right, so yeah, it literally is a COVID movie.
Oh
Nice.
yeah, set in 2020, right here on the Wikipedia page. Interesting.
It's almost like you don't hear words that are being said in the stream.
No, it's just delayed. Don't worry about it, Charles.
Man, am I that out of it, guys? I apologize.
This is the
Okay,
second time you've spoken and said the same thing that was said before you started speaking.
Well, it's confirmation now.
In case your sound dropped out, Lindsay's going to repeat it for you. Don't worry.
I got you covered, guys. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so anything to wrap up the episode prior to Lindsay finally getting some sleep?
I don't know, but should we wrap up, maybe? No.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Let us know what your favorite Superman flick is.
Oh, yeah.
Write it in the comments or something. Let us know.
Yeah, and prove that
Is
your
this
fingers
the
work
best?
and click the like button. You could do that too. Just prove that your fingers
Or if
work.
you hate it, click the hate button. Either way, interact with the video.
Hate. I feel hatred. Yeah. So, Lindsay, what's coming up in the world for you, or your channel, or anything? Some sleep?
I'll get some sleep, and then I just need to start making some content again. My life is still kind of crazy, if you don't know, but yeah, we're figuring it out, and it's getting there.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So hopefully soon. Maybe I'll cut this episode up into a quick short and throw that up tomorrow or something like that.
Yeah. For the TikToks, the Gen Z will love to hear all of this.
TikToks.
Gray, what do you got? What do you got coming up?
Yeah, it's the summer of gray, meaning I'm preparing to make content eventually that you guys will be able to watch. Yes, it's the midsummer of gray. What can I say? New content soon. I hope to be out there for everybody to see something fun and new on my channel. But if you just can't get enough of me until then, there's other channels that I'm on. But every Thursday you can come to The Thinkers on YouTube at That Darn Kidda's channel. All of us have been on The Thinkers at one point, but It's people from all around the world disagreeing about everything, usually leaving amicably. Not so much every time. But yeah, last time we had a show on misinformation, I cannot remember what we're going to talk about this week. So yeah, go
It's
over there.
Mr.
and
Information.
Just find out. Yeah, that's right. Enough of this misinformation. Let's talk about Mr. Information.
It identifies as they information now, please. Thank you.
Sorry. All information. Yeah. So check out YouTube at That Darn Kidda's channel every Thursday night for The Thinkers. Charles will be there. You like Charles. Come join. But yeah, that's about all I got going on. Charles, what can the fine people expect from you, sir?
Master Casellia says, "Tell Kidda to make it less political." I don't know if that's going to happen. You come here for the fake shit, there for more realistic things. Yeah. So I don't know. Internally, we've been having a discussion for show business. If you'd like this and you'd like to help mold the show in the future, please comment down below. Say things that you do like, things you don't like. How would you improve it? What would you need to see on this show for you to recommend it to other people? I say this because we're at a kind of a crossroads here on whether or not this is going to be a regular thing or like a bi-monthly thing or what. Because those of you who are faithful, you're here, you're loud, we appreciate it. But
Love you.
Indeed. For it to be a regular thing, I'd like to know how to improve, how to take 10 people watching live to 12 people watching live. And if you can help in that endeavor, we'd appreciate it. And yeah, so the next couple of weeks, as far as show business is concerned, is something of a make or break time. And again, your input, however positive or negative, it will all be taken as constructive criticism. Thank you. And Jacob says, make it more political. I ain't afraid of no politics. Listen, if it gets more views, maybe we'll lean right into it. Do it topless. Also possible.
Hey, if you have any suggestions, leave it in the comment after the show. Leave us a comment. Interact with the video. Let us know, because we're willing to change for you.
Yeah,
Well,
and that's the other thing, too. Like, I know a bunch of you have told us that you listen to this like while going to work or like at your lunch or whatever. Let us know if visual aids are needed or not, because it seems like some people aren't even looking at us. So like that's something that, like, if we don't have to worry about putting images on the screen, that helps. Like, not worrying about putting fancy pictures. It believe it or not, it helps reduce some of this stuff. And again, anything to help us make a better experience for you is appreciated. And yes, drop it in the comments. And yeah, we'll and okay. So it seems like sex appeal is the thing that people currently are talking about. Jacob wants strippers. Okay, so strippers, topless. All right, so I'll bring the Weekend Live intro, and I'll just have that playing in the background. And so, or unless you want men strippers. All right, so okay, all right, noted. All right, so for Grey Poupée and Sexy Linzo, I have been Charles. We will see you at least a couple more times in the summer of Grey. Thank you to those of you who have dropped super chats, and we'll see you on the tail end of Smurfs.
Smurftastic.
Yay.